shit real. I contemplate about how I feel.
Hello lovelies, today I'm going to be customizing and prepping this hair for my vacations, so let's get into it. Today I am working with 3 bundles of 30-inch raw Indonesian hair and a 13x6 frontal. Let's just take a moment to appreciate how tiny the knots on this frontal are. All of the stuff I used today will be listed in the description below. So the first thing you want to do is begin to mold the hair back. Because my hair is a loose curl, I'm going to be using water just to help define those curls and put them into place. Then with my wax stick and some got to be freezing spray, I'm going to go in with my hot comb and slick everything back. Now that that's done, you want to start combining your products. I'm using BW2 and a 40 volume Crème Developer. To get the perfect consistency, I like to use a 2-to-1 ratio with 2 parts powder and 1 part developer. Be sure to use a cream developer over a liquid developer to prevent over bleaching. I also added a couple drops of orange violet to help combat any yellowing that might happen during the bleaching process. The bleach mix still looked kind of white, so I added 1 more drop of purple violet. This is the consistency you want to aim for. It's more of a Cool Whip consistency rather than a toothpaste. Okay, now when spreading it on the wig, you want to take a popsicle stick and take your time. And I lied, the popsicle stick was not for me. As you guys can see, I was struggling. So I just grabbed my brush because I was clearly struggling. The trick for the brush is that you want to put all the product on the tip of the brush, and when applying, try not to make the brush touch the lace but the product. Basically, you want to slowly glide the brush across the lace while hovering it just high enough so that the product touches the lace but the brush doesn't. If the brush touches the lace, you would hear a scraping noise, and that's how you know that you're using too much pressure. I basically mixed the perfect amount of bleach. And here's me once again scraping for dear life, which is okay because once I got the main parts of my frontal, which my frontal is pretty big, so I mainly needed to focus on the front hairline and the middle part. So once you are done, you want to take the frontal and flip it over onto the shiny side of the tinfoil. This would help you get a faster and even lift. And here I'm just going in with my hands, lifting any hair that might be stuck in the bleach. After that, you want to let it sit for 15 to 20 minutes, and I kid you guys not, this is less than 5 minutes after. Because my knots were so small, it actually made this process so much faster, so be sure to check on your wig every 5 minutes. At the 15-minute mark, I gave it one more look and decided to leave it on for 5 more minutes. So this is what it's looking like at the 20-minute mark, and now I'm just getting ready to wash it out. When washing the bleach out of my frontals, I like to use lukewarm water and be sure to remove all the bleach before applying any product. Now I'm just going in with some neutralizing shampoo to help stop the bleaching process. This step is very important, and most people don't know that missing this step is the reason why your wig gets more brassy over time. It also helps to prevent shedding and to remove any extra product that may have been left in the hair. You want to make sure you rinse it really well, and boom. No over bleach, perfectly lifted knots. Next, I'm going in with my all-time favorite purple shampoo from Brilliance. I like to put it in my hands first and lather it up just to ensure that I get an even layer all across the frontal. Once I get that lathered up all nicely, I just let it sit for 10 minutes. Once again, always make sure your water runs completely clear, because having too much excess product in the hair might affect the styling and longevity of your hair. Next, I'm going in with some bamboo silicone mix to help condition the hair, and with this conditioner in, I'm going to start detangling the hair. I always be sure to finger detangle the hair first before using the comb, because when the hair is wet, it is very fragile. Now that that is done and all detangled, I'm going to let that sit once more for 10 more minutes before we do our final rinse. When rinsing out any kind of conditioner or color, you always want to use cold water. Since this is the final rinse, you obviously want to make sure the water runs clear and make sure it is completely product free. There you have it. You are done with the bleaching process, and now on to the next step, plucking. So when I started plucking, I didn't even realize that I pushed the whole head out of frame, but that's okay because, like I said, the knots on this unit were pretty small, so I didn't have to do that much plucking anyways. Basically, I just plucked a little bit from behind the hairline, but mainly I plucked in front of the hairline to remove that line of demarcation and any black knots that you might see. The reason I am not doing too much plucking is because since this is raw Indonesian hair, I'm trying to preserve it for as long as possible. And my hairstylist will be doing additional plucking. So this is all the hair that I ended up taking out. And now I'm just going to go in with my wet sealer and spray that on the lace to help preserve the knots. I usually do about 2 or 3 coats for maximum security. Now I'm going to be doubling the wefts because I am doing a frontal install, so I want it to be as full as possible. So now I'm just going to go ahead and start opening up my bundles. Since I have 3 bundles, I'm going to put bundle 1 and bundle 2 together, and bundle 3 is going to be folded in half and doubled that way. And here I am just prepping my machine, making sure that all my settings are correct, my bobbins are filled, and everything is ready for me to start sewing. First, you want to gather both ends of the bundles and place them one under the other. Use the pressure foot to help hold it in place. Using a zigzag stitch, you're going to pinch the bundles between your fingers while feeding it through and slightly pulling on the opposite end. Pulling from the back will not only help you gain control, but it would also help you keep your wefts together. Don't be discouraged if you can't get the hang of it at first. It is a bit tricky. Take your time and you will get there. Also, don't be scared to adjust the wefts and backstitch if needed. Be sure to backstitch both ends of your bundles to secure everything and close it off. So this is what the weft is looking like, completely doubled, and I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest off camera. This is the final bundle, and now I'm going to go in and seal the weft. When I'm applying my weft sealer, I like to apply it first and then smush it in with my hands. I also apply it on the front and back. And that's pretty much it. I just wrapped up the hair. Now it's ready for my install. I will be making a vacation prep / get ready with me, so stay tuned. Bye!
Feels this shit real.